Here's what I want to do. I want to welcome the next comic up. And look, here's the thing, man. You know, if there's like 10 people in the room, it's real hard to give that love, you know. So sometimes, if you're feeling it, just, you know, like let out a fake laugh. Or, you know, just like clap or whatever, you know. But here's what I want you to do. Make a whole lot of noise for our next comedian up on the stage. Please give it up for Tariq!
Hola, everyone. Evening. So, I bring myself in front of you again to judge me, to laugh at me, to do what you will. And I'm going to try to convey some information to you that might be hilarious. So, I've just ventured out on this whole journey, 1 week old so far. I tried this last week, so this is my second time. And so, it was an experience. I was able to reach you guys. I made some of you giggle. I tickled a few of you. I touched a few of you. One person didn't like it. Give it up for Wonder Bread Mike. I'm sorry that it was so crinkly when I touched it, but it's okay. But one thing I have to do is sort of explain whatever I did last week, because like we do almost everything, I recorded it and then I shared it and I asked people, what did you think about it? And they're like, well, everything you were saying was not funny, except for that fuck kids part. So as a small retraction, let me go ahead and say, don't fuck kids. It's just a rule. But one thing I want to point out to our two that actually left, so I guess they were college students, one had a kid, one didn't, that I had to qualify that statement about fuck kids before, and I didn't actually prove myself to be an expert. As a parent, I think I'm qualified to say, don't fuck kids, but kids, fuck them. It's a different thing, has a different ring. We put it in front of a few focus groups, and they actually prefer kids, fuck them, not fuck kids. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there as my first retraction. As a bonus to my retraction, I wanted to do an addition. And on top of that addition, it should be maybe an apology, but I wanted to just start off with kids. What do we say?
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em! But not the animals. Because PETA is very sensitive about bestiality, I guess. We can't put it on video, we can't allude to it, and we just can't do it. So he didn't do it. Kids, fuck them. Animals, don't fuck them. Eat them. Apparently it makes more sense. So I'll go ahead and leave that one alone. The second thing I wanted to bring up was, it was a question really, and I believed one of our ancient greats, Houdini, might have asked this. Friends, how many of us have them? And for you smart kids who thought, I don't remember Houdini saying anything about that, check Hip Hop Houdini, not Harry Houdini. Two totally different Houdinis that make an impact in their own special way. So whip out that phone, ask Siri, who's Houdini, and then listen to the Friends, how many of us have them. It's a classic. But the reason why I brought up the whole Friends thing was because when I came last week and did sort of my debut, I found one of the other comedians and I tried to friend him, but the old-fashioned way. So I walked up to him like, hey dude, your set was really good. What's the secret to writing? Can I be your friend? He's like, oh yeah, get a notebook. I have no secrets. Boom, I just sent you a friend request. I'm like, is that it? He's like, that's it. Thank you. So I couldn't get much out of that, so I had to go back home or break out my phone and actually look for the friend request. So I find the friend request, and then I start thinking, well, do I say thank you? Do I reply? What do I do to this? Now, forgive me for being older than I look, but apparently Facebook has changed a lot. So when you actually get a friend request and you want to send them a message, you now have to go through like a message aggregator called Messenger. Who the fuck is Messenger? Where did he come from, and why do I have to now download and install a new app just to tell my friend thank you? Any answers to that? Fuck kids. So with that, I accept the friend request, and then I say I want to send him a message, and it says, well, you have to do the whole Messenger thing. So I do the whole Messenger thing. And after I do that, I'm like in a new app with a new list of new, I can't even tell if those are new friends or old friends or what, but it's just different. And so I'm thinking, all right, well, let me go ahead and say something to this guy. So instead of saying words, because sometimes words get misconstrued and sends the wrong message, I send one of those, if it's not a face, because it wasn't a face, it was two faces. It was a little face and a big face, and I figured, well, this guy was short and I'm kind of tall, so that's kind of like reminiscent of us, right? So I send him that. And then a little bit later he replies back, well, which one are you? And I start thinking, okay, how soon before you make friends can you start talking about a friend's mother? That's a very good question. I want you all to consider that, because we don't know really what condition our friends' mothers are unless we've met them early on. So is it safe to talk about moms immediately, or do you have to wait for like your first hangout session or your first play date? That's a real question. How long? No answer? Because when he asked me that question, I'm like, you fucker. Your mother, no, back up. You fucker, neither, no. Okay, I'm not in the picture, I took the picture, I'm your mother. But I haven't had a chance to tell him that yet, so what should I say? How should I reply? Anyone? Just laugh at me? Fuck kids. So with that, next time we come back to this question, ask yourself the same thing. How soon into a friendship can you talk about the other person's mother? That's a very important question. Okay. And to conclude, I do have a very cerebral question for you. And this might be a little bit political, this might be a little bit, I want to call it pro-fem. Pro-feminist, definitely. It's not anti-fem at all. But when it comes down to our new America, our constitutional rights, the amendments and everything else in between that, ask yourself this question. What constitutes a prostitute? And I mean that with all sincerity, only because I'm trying to be equal with this. If that's the oldest profession in the book, and we have a new burgeoning, I guess, takeover of popular culture, or I should say traditional male roles, does that mean that the next oldest profession is going to be male prostitution? Or were we already prostitutes in the first place? I only asked that for one question, because when you get paid to do something, is that really subjecting yourself to something less, or are you getting something more out of it? It's kind of deep. Because right now, I think I'm hoeing myself ridiculously, and I'm getting no money. When you go to work, do you feel that way? Probably not. When you get that check, you're feeling pretty damn good. But what really does constitute a prostitute? Consider that, and when you get an answer, talk to me about it, because I really want to know. Because I want to know if I want to be a prostitute or a president. One or the other. At any rate, thanks guys. I'll give it to you.
Oh yes, give it up one more time for Tariq, everybody.